Hi, it's Frankie again. Welcome to day 5 of the sound design tutorials um, which is within the big tutorial that I'm doing on how to make a dubstep song. So today is the fun day. We're just going to be making a bunch of sounds just so I can show how some sounds are made. So the last 4 days have just been going through how Massive works and just showing just what everything is. So let's just dive right in and start working on some sounds. So first, I just wanted to show, because this is a common sound, I'm just going to make it. We kind of made a sound like this, but I just kind of wanted to show a perfected version of this. It's just the yoy 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 type sound in Massive. So let's pull up the performer here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to use the LFO. I noticed something with the performer. You can't change this phase here. This is called phase, where it starts. You can't change this. It's always just set to there, which can sound kind of weird. So, well, I don't know. I just like performer. I think I'm just going to stick with it. I don't think it'll matter too much with this sound, because this is normally a faster sound, not a slow sound. I noticed this because I was using a slow sound that was like going this fast. So, anyways, yeah, let's just get started. Let's take this off. Let's start with just the square saw wave. Let's pull it down to 24. Or let's pull it down to 36. Let me make sure, yeah. So, sounding pretty fat. Then let's click on this oscillator, modern talking. Let's pull it down like 12. Okay. This is one type of yoy sound. This is a bit crush yoy sound. We're gonna get to a different one, it'll sound like, which is a very common sound, also. But I mean, I just kind of wanted to go through this. So let's just choose something else here. I'll just do that. Okay. So let's pull down 24, just that way we have a 3-octave spread, like that. Let's turn on this filter. Let's put our LFO on it. So that's about where we want it, I'm pretty sure. So now let's turn on insert 1. Click on sample and hold. Let's modulate this. Not as much, probably like. You could also try modulating this a little. I think that might sound cool. Let's pull this down, actually. You know what? Hold on. Let's pull this pitch down. Let's speed this up. Kinda liking that. Maybe let's just try adding a little bit of this to something. We could try modulating that. That sounds a little funky. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool start. So let's just go into here and do what we normally do. Let's turn this up to 2, make it wide. Let's turn this on, just that way we don't have that weird phasing thing. And let's modulate this. So, hold on, and now let's also modulate this. And to take it a step further, we could also go. Maybe not that. Let's also modulate this. Just makes it sound a little bit cleaner, I guess. Maybe add a little bit of tension expander on this, like. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. I'm pretty sure we can work with this. Let's try modulating the EQ a little just to hear. So if you don't know how an EQ works, this is a low shelf. So this is like, let me just pull up the logic thing, but it's basically just cutting out all the low frequencies. High shelf is the opposite, cutting off all the high frequencies. And this is this is just a bell, which is just like either a dip or a little raise in the frequency. I don't know why this is freaking out. Hold on. Stupid auto map thing is just freaking my computer out. I don't know why it does this. Anyways, so those two knobs are basically doing this. One's controlling how big this is here, and one's controlling the frequency. So let's get rid of this. Here. So now you can see it's a notch. That's sounding. I might use that notch sounds. I kind of like that notch. It sounds pretty cool. Okay, so since we're gonna be putting together the structure of our bass line tomorrow, or whenever I can make another video, it's probably gonna be next week. I'm piled with school because we're finishing up the school year. So, let's just put in a little note here, just to hold its place, I guess. And let's name this Yoy, which is obviously a very original title. Okay, now I just duplicated this by clicking Control D. There's probably a different way to do this in Massive, but just so, because sometimes I just like, sometimes it's like you see this as mono when I create a new track. I just don't like having to deal with that, so I just copy it because those are the correct settings. And then I just go File, New Sound, and we have a clean start again. So now I think I'm gonna make a little bit of a heavier sound. Let's go. I swear this is like my favorite oscillator now. This is an awesome oscillator here. Kind of like it around there. Now let's use my second favorite oscillator. Let's do this. Bend. You know what? Let's use bend minus just so we're not using the same thing. I'm gonna pull it down 36. Okay, let's turn this restart via gate. That's gonna bother me. Okay, maybe let's use Digigrain. I love this one too. I use this in almost all my sounds. And let's use bend minus. Okay, so now let's add a filter. Come on, okay. Let's sync this. Let's do triplets. I've been liking triplets lately. Let's go. Let's just stick with, just so we can hear our sound totally. Maybe add a little bit of resonance. I think what I'm going to do, because I do this in a lot of my really heavy sounds, I'm going to turn this on. It sounds like it's modulating, but it's not even modulating it. Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's run one through another here. So it's running through both filters. Turn this resonance down a little. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Let's try adding some phase, some... Whoa. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. Okay. So let's just do the same thing that I normally do. Let's widen this sound, make it monophonic. Modulate this. Maybe I don't want as much since it's a heavier sound. And now let's add the few cherries on top. Let's add a... Well, let's see which distortion sounds the best. Oh, it's sounding really pretty. Probably want to modulate that. I don't know. That's super heavy. That's like... I'm going to save that and use it in one of my original productions. Probably modify it a little just so it's not the same thing. Let's just leave that there. Maybe modulate this a little bit. Now let's boost it this time instead of notch it. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. I think that's pretty good. So let's save this and let's call it Face Melt. There we go. Okay, so let's copy this MIDI just so we have just a little things now. Oh, those are the same speed. Let's do something else. Forgot to speed this up. Like in those triplets. Okay. So we have 2 bass sounds. I'm probably gonna make 2 or 3 more bass sounds and then like 1 intro sound just to show kind of how I make my intro sounds. Let me make the intro sound really quick. For my intro sounds, I'll mostly use an envelope. Here, let's make a new sound. I'm not liking that amp envelope thing. Okay. So let's take envelope 3. So, you know what? Well, let's make a like lead first, and then I'm gonna make a pad. Let's use a Foreman saw. Let's maybe pull this down so it's not as piercing. We don't want that to be a bass sound. We'll EQ all these later. I'm gonna get into EQing and bussing and stuff later. But now let's add a filter because there's a lot of high end for a... You know, I kind of... Nah. Let's try bandpass. Let's modulate that too. Hold on. Let's... There we go. That's sounding pretty Good, now let's reverb. You know what, let's, I have an idea. Let's use 2 different filters and route different oscillators to each one. There we go. Let's just stick with that. Now let me just make a quick pad thing. Here, I'm just gonna use the LFO because all we really need is a sine wave, which it'll just be a little bit simpler. Let's just daft. Now what I'll normally do is take a super slow type of thing. We are not gonna want this much high end. There we go. And then I'll take a different LFO and do something else, like maybe a band pass, but I'll have a different speed so it's not so consistent. Like this time, let's do like 3/1, and let's modulate the bandwidth of this by this. I'm gonna want to keep this pretty deep. Probably like that, yeah. So let's bring this down. Let's use a different oscillator too. Let's find something. That was a pretty good, just random thing. Let's use this frozen. Oh, we have this stupid amp envelope. I forgot to do new sound. Yeah, it's monophonic this. Start via gate. I kind of like that where it was. I think that's pretty good. This is what's really going to make it pad-like. And also this attack and release. Let's take some of these highs off and let's notch the frequency. Let's use this 3/1. We don't want legato. Let's do always. Oh wait, no, we want legato. Wow, what am I saying? Okay, now let's just call this pad. What other bass sound? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna make that modern talking yo 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 thing. So let's do that. New sound, please. Okay, let's turn that down. That's abnormally loud. I'm not really sure why. Okay. You know what? Let's do this just for a change. -12. Now let's do something like heavy, just so this. Now let's do this. This sounds crazy. It gives it a little bit of a talking effect. You'll see. Here, let's restart via gate. Is bothering me. Let's pull that down. Here, something is off here. No, that's fine. There we go, that sounds better. let's heavyify it with some filter. Let's just use the daft again, just so we're... Sounds a little weird, but we'll go back and fix a few things just so it doesn't sound so weird. Ew, I do not want that right now. What Massive needs to do for their next update is have multi-band spreading. That would be awesome. We need that much. There we go, that fixed it. Now just to make it a little bit cleaner, let's just EQ this a little bit. Let's notch it instead, because there's... I just want to hear the precise frequency where I'm modulating. Let's modulate this a little. Maybe a little bit slower. Okay, that's sounding pretty good. What other type of sounds should I make? Oh, that's sounding so wimpy compared to this one. Let's see. Let's just make another random sound and just see if it sounds good. Let's use this again. This is becoming one of my favorite oscillators now. Let's use one of these rough math ones. It's a little loud. Let's do Crusher. Let's do another one of these reverse sawtooth modulations. Start via gate always bothers me. Okay, let's use a daft. Oh, stupid. Okay. I'm not going to use two different filters for this. I'm just going to add a little bit of frequency modulation. You know what, I might actually use two, but just to make it a little bit cleaner. Let's make this a bit faster. Let's do triplets. Oh. wrong one. And now. Let's hear which one sounds the best. Classic sounds the best, I think. Maybe modulate this drag a little. Let's maybe, I don't know. Probably use a phaser outside of massive, because this one does not sync to MIDI. Well, let's do it. Let's do mono. I don't know. Okay, now let's spread this, make it wider. We don't want it that wide. Let's go. That's a bit too much phaser. Maybe do a little bit more of this. I like that. Well, I think that's a pretty basic thing. Tomorrow we'll probably do a few more synths, depending on like how our structure goes, and throughout this whole course we'll probably just make a few little things just to accent some stuff. But those are some pretty good things there. I'm sorry this video is probably like 45 minutes long. I can't see how long it is, but I forgot to name all these. Oh, I really need to fix this one. We'll probably come up with something better later, but let's see, what does this sound like? Here we go. Here's our intro sound. So just to go over the whole thing again. Yeah, so thanks for, oh, hold on, I'm trying to save the project. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys. There will be, whenever I can make another video, we're gonna go through the, like, it's not just gonna sound like done. It's not gonna be that boring. We're gonna come up with something, and then after that, that'll be the last thing in sound design, and then we're probably gonna do drums. Drums and a little bit of structure. We're probably gonna refine the structure later. That'll probably be the third, like, section. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like these videos, like and favorite and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, just I hope this helped. So thanks for watching.